Well, hi, I'm back in the shop again, and this is the piece that is going to be cut in two and is going to look like this, with all the holes drilled in it and everything. And that'll be the end of the project on the Dovetail bars. And this was rather interesting. I don't know if you can see it, but you see the nice machining that was done on the, well, I ended up taking the machine marks out on a belt sander, and came out pretty good. The dimensions are off somewhat. The dovetail bars were something I did on the milling machine here. It was one of the biggest projects I ever made. They didn't fit too well on the milling bed, because the milling bed only cuts what is it, 19.7 inches, and the dovetail bars are 23 3/4 inches, so I had to make some adjustments. And as I said in my introductory video, I have to improvise on things that are bigger than the machine can handle. Anyway, it's coming to an end, and my next project is going to be a spectroscope. That's on my mind right now, and that's going to be the next in line. And then when the weather gets a little warmer, and as you can see, I still got my winter jacket on, and it's kind of cool in here right now because it's like 20 degrees outside. I'll get back to working on the 16-inch telescope. I've been asked about it by people, you know, where am I, and you know, you haven't done anything in a long time. Well, had a number of physical problems get in the way. Right now I'm still dealing with a broken foot, and that keeps me from doing a lot of things. I can't spend too much time on my feet, which I have to when I'm in the shop. And so that curtails some of the time on the projects, and the project with the dovetails has taken 3 months. And of course not every day, due to my physical conditions that occurred, and due to the weather, the snow and everything, it all piled up and put on a damper on the time. Now the weather is going to start getting good. Excuse me. On Monday it's supposed to be 60 degrees, and oh boy, that's going to be nice. And I'm going to start cleaning out. And and the other thing that's going to get in the way is I have a lot of yard work to do, and I have to fix one of my lawnmowers. So those are the upcoming things. That's what's going to happen. And this on on this video, I'm going to cut this in half, make 2 out of it, and then drill the holes, and that'll be the end of that. So we'll get back to that in a minute. Okay, here's the blank piece cut out. First I'm gonna mill in here this radius. I don't know if I can stop this camera from shaking. I'm gonna mill in here this radius, cut these ends off, and fix it all up. Cut it in half, and then I'll have 2 of them. But I gotta go in now because my foot is hurting. Talk to you later. Well, I decided to waste all that material inside and just mill it down so that I can get a cutter in there to cut the radius. Right now I'm just taking material out of the center. Just my little, keep all that stuff from flying around onto me. Works pretty well. Okay, we'll come back to this later. Okay, here it is. It's done. It only took about 45 minutes to do this, believe it or not. And I watched Tom Lipton cut a radius on the mini vise or whatever it's called, and I thought I would do that on this one. So now I can have a boring bar and work on this, cut that radius in there. That'll be the next step. That'll be tomorrow. So that's what it's looking like now. Okay, more later. Okay, these are the other set of mounts for the dovetail bracket. And I'm cutting a radius in, and this radius is the outside diameter of the telescope tube. So I had to make, let's turn this around here. I had to make this bar, and that's on the boring bar. It's kind of awkward because it's a 7 5/16 inch radius or something like that. Anyway, it's cutting. It seems to be working on the cutting. And when I first began, what I did was I milled down in this direction all along here, and then I started cutting it out. And the this bar was very difficult to use because it would bang into these high peaks, so I could only take off about 10 thousandths at a time and eventually get it down to this nice surface that you see right here. And now it's cutting a lot better. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna run this so you can see what it's like. And by the way, I don't recommend people do this unless you know what you're doing. And it seems to be working for me, but I don't know how it might work for someone else. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. All right, this segment here is going to show the cutting of this piece, and I have to move about 15 thousandths in. Yeah, right. This way. Make sure I went in the right direction. I think I went in the right direction. I gotta check it. I always forget which way to turn the handle. That way, okay. Make sure I didn't go too far. Yeah, that's hitting. Tighten up the bed. We're clearing here. Yep, we're clearing. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to end this for now. Alright, now some finishing touches to this. This is the template I'm using. And I have the template scribed on here. And you can see the line is not level with, oops, let's try to get this right. You can see the line is not level with the top of the vise. So what I'm going to do is put this on here and move the piece around. Oops, sorry about all this jiggling. Going to move the piece around. Let's see if I can do it this way. A little more. Nope, not enough. Oh, what the heck. There we go. I'm going to move this around until it's level with that line. I need two hands for this, so I have to turn the camera off. Alright, back again. Now you can see the line, even though it's not up to here, it's pretty much straight with the parallel bar there. That's okay. This will work. Now I'm going to fly cut all this top off of here down to that line, and then that will be the area where the dovetail plate is going to mount. And I finished the curve off here on the belt sander. Okay, now I'm going to set things up, and I'm going to be off camera. Well, I decided in the end to bore this, which is a lot easier. I don't have stability in my right hand. Sorry about all the shaking, but that's the way it is. So you can see that's close to the line. That's good enough. And as I said before, these are not precision pieces. These are my own for the telescope and everything, and they'll work. I will have no problem with it. All right, more later.